here, and I am going to start this game off with a pre-capture scene and some role-playing, all right? And I'm going to start with Pluto Ferret.
No. Okay.
Only fair since
All right, so Gutana.
Katana.
Is it Katana? All right,
So it's
Katana.
very hard. Very Katana. Like
Katana. All right,
almost guttural.
Katana. Almost Guntana, almost.
like there needs to be a flump sound in your throat.
No, there doesn't. There really doesn't.
I had a little more.
In fact,
I
there
had a
needs to
little
not
more
be.
throaty than
Now that I
You're
have
not
seen
a
that,
demon.
now that I've seen that happen, Matt, there needs to specifically not be anything of the sort. Right.
Butana. All right, let's go.
All right, so let's. You are a wee lass. All right, we're gonna start long before anything has happened. We're gonna.
Does she have a beard?
You are a wee lass.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Of course I do. I'm
are
a
a wee
dwarven
dwarven-
woman. It's actually like my hair is blackish, like dark brown to the point where almost black, and so I definitely absolutely have like a little French braided beard. Absolutely.
Hot.
You should get one. I'm gonna ask for something for Christmas. Show up the day after Christmas with a dwarf beard, guys. I promise.
I got what I wanted for Christmas. Check this out. This coffee cup. This coffee cup.
It's D20.
For those of you who are listening in from the iTunes podcast, it's a D20, like, and the top of the D20 comes off. It's like a lid, right? And it comes
So you
off.
can
on a
use
big
it as
cocktail.
a
Hang on. Wait.
cookie jar.
Hold off a second. What's this about an iTunes podcast?
Yeah, this game is also going to be available for iTunes download.
Holy shit! When
So-
did that start happening?
So do everybody? It started happening right the fuck now. Is when it started happening. So do everybody a favor and do not rely purely on visual information when you are.
Way to
communicating stuff.
inform me ahead of time.
I did. I informed you while you were busy babbling with Pluto Fairy and you didn't hear me. So
I
You
saw him
informed me
speaking.
just
I heard
now.
him speaking, but I was too busy yelling "nope."
yeah, no,
Repeatedly.
iTunes. Hopefully, at the very least, you'll be able to download the podcast. I gotta. There's still some technical things I'm working on, but I'm working. I see the head, Bob.
Because where are we going in my
What is
past?
love?
Sounds like we're doing some
Baby, don't
pasty
hurt
stuff.
me. No, okay, so for real though,
With
Does
Katana.
this require flashback sound effects?
yes. All right, so now, like, I don't know how old the dwarven age, whatever. You're like 10, all right?
I'm a
Ish.
baby.
You're
50
10.
is like still a kid.
Yeah, well, you're 10 where a human would be at 10.
Okay,
right?
yeah, okay.
So forgives me as I speak in human years.
I guess
as
50 is like
I'm
young.
totally racist and can only think in human time spans.
It's okay. I read about dwarven time spans like literally 3 hours ago, so that's why I know this information.
So you're 10 and you have a little brother, and that little brother, it's just you and your brother. You don't have your family was not very they weren't exactly athletic. Your parents weren't, let's say, and they did not pop out hundreds of little children.
Oh, I get it.
I am strong, however.
Yes, Matt, that was a sex joke.
I was starting to wonder why athletics mattered, but
And now
I
you
got
know. And knowing is half the getting laid. So your brother is out one night. You're spelunking as dwarves are prone to do.
We do like to
You
spelunk,
do like spelunking. So he's off spelunking.
especially with gold is involved.
He's been told his whole life not to go spelunking alone. But he's made some friends, and they're all about, like, they seem to egg him on about, like, how tough he is and, like, constantly giving him something to prove. And so on this night, he's out spelunking alone.
No.
And you think he might have been spelunking alone when he left the house, but you weren't really sure, so, like, you're not gonna really rat him out. But, you know, it's kind of in the back of your head, and it starts to get pretty late. And, you know, your parents call for dinner, your brother's nowhere to be found,
Oh, I'm in so much fucking trouble.
right?
this
So,
is
like,
why dwarves need
do-
dogs.
do
Last
you-
time I
Oh, there's so much trouble.
do you tell mom and dad, or do you just say you don't know?
I tell mom and dad.
All right, so you tell
I'm
mom
like,
and dad.
last I know, he went spelunking.
Um,
Or the... I didn't believe him.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm a terrible daughter.
And so you tell your
You
mom
wanna
and
come
dad,
back to that
and they are outraged. They are not with you. Thank you for the follow, Hapadlow1. Thank you so much for the follow. You
Scrub-a-dub.
R8B, you evil motherfucker. All right, and while we're at it, thank you for the reminder to turn off my follower notification sounds.
Nice. That's awesome.
Well played.
We gotta
Hapadlo.
boom. If you guys want to interrupt us with absolute glorious, sexy sound effects that don't suit a scene in the slightest, you can donate.
Anytime you want to ruin the game, just donate.
Anytime you want to ruin the game, just go on ahead. All right. So yeah, I tell them immediately. Like as soon as I realize they're calling for me and my brother's still not back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I used to be honest and respectful.
I used to be honest and respectful.
Yeah.
All right, so you.
Then it was all downhill.
So your family gets like they start calling on the family friends, and they're like they are so pissed. Your brother is gonna be grounded for like a decade, right? Like,
Kind of deserves it.
They're gonna bury him up to his neck
His
in
friends were
solid
very
granite.
persuasive. He succumbed to peer pressure. He kind of deserves this.
Yeah, dwarves are supposed to be more stubborn.
And so like when your family calls a couple of friends and they're gonna put up a party to go find him. Do you join in or do you have school in the morning or some shit?
I'd stay home
You would
for
stay
that
home.
one.
Okay.
Because if I'm like 10 in dwarf years, I'm probably more like hammered, like more like learning how to blacksmith or something. Like I don't know if I would necessarily be learning how to fight at that point in time.
All right.
Or at least the axe spinning.
Okay.
I don't know though.
Okay. So you stay home. It's not your place to be on the rescue party then.
Yeah, I feel like if there's a whole bunch of adult dwarves going, I would just be in the way.
Yep. And so your family comes back. Your family is fine. Your brother is safe. Not so much the whole rescue party. A couple of the dwarves are actually killed because out where your brother had been dared to go spelunking, there's a reason why nobody goes spelunking out there. There be monsters. Specifically in this case, the drow have been known to be taking excursions up there, and the Quaggoth are actually what got your family. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what Quaggoth are, they're like these furry, they're like cave yetis that go berserk. And the drow oftentimes enslave them because they are intelligent but stupid. Like they're sapient but dumb as a rock.
Right, so you can just piss them off and then point them in the direction of something.
Yeah, it's like having your own personal Hulk, basically.
Yeah.
All
right. So yeah, I want to.
So there was a drow house. I don't remember the specific name of the house, but it's irrelevant. I'll tell you when it happens when you hear it again, right? But so like they killed some friends of yours, and with their quaggoths.
Yeah.
It was not pretty, and you are very aware of how much the drow don't give a fuck, and you are very aware of how dangerous the quaggoth are.
Yeah.
So as you're as you know another let's rotate around here. Okay, so that's childhood scene A for Katana.
Katana flesh fucking cleaver. No, not Katana flesh cleaver. Katana pint smasher.
Okay, so not it. Okay, Matt, you're it. Last one to touch his nose. Didn't even notice I was touching my nose. Carpe Diem was on point. I saw that. That was nice. So
That's cool. You know I like being picked.
Okay, so you are where you were born to are you raised by your parents or are you like adopted?
I'm adopted.
Okay,
I
by
imagine
who?
since I was raised by gnomes.
Oh yeah, okay, we are going with that. All right, so you were raised by gnomes who were gnomes in Gondelgrim.
Yep.
And you are absolutely bright, raised by genius tinkering parents who are like your parents are not little like I mean they're little people, but they're not like they're not little names, right? They're not
That's racist.
Yeah. I am but
Look,
merely
there's
human.
nothing wrong with their height. Clearly, I'm the freak. I'm too tall.
It, like, you know, there reaches a point in your life where you're just too big. No, it's important. You're like, your family is actually fairly involved in like a lot of the construction and engineering that's going on in the restoration of Gauntlgrim after its long and sort of history of being beaten the shit out of by drow, by monsters, by more drow, by dwarves, by drow, and by monsters, and then some drow.
Damn drow.
I know, right? And basically, what goes on is that you just don't fit in a house anymore because it's a house for gnomes. And you were not a gnome.
See,
and,
I told you I'm a mutant freak who's too big.
Yep, it's true. You're too tall. And when this starts to become a problem, it's not a big. I mean, your parents love you, right? But they want you to get a good education, a solid, good education, and they are like, it's been instilled in you that an education makes or breaks a man. Because without an education, you know nothing, and with an education, you know everything. And if knowing is half the battle, imagine having to go at every battle at 50%. That's not a short joke. Your parents actually have experience with it, right? Like,
Naturally.
And so like you've been raised with this very, very intense like yes education, and so when it's time to start moving out of house because of physical concerns, well, we might as well move you onto a dorm. And they move you to what is the name of the school again?
Pilsen's Academy of Magic.
Pilsen's?
PAM for short.
PAM. They move you to PAM, Pilsen's Academy of Magic, and you are a dream student. You are bright. You don't just tackle your usual credits. You take enough credits for 4 fucking students and take valedictorian on your way through. There's one problem. Pilsen's Academy of Magic is not as it appears to be. It is well known. It has a brilliant reputation, especially in Gauntlgrim. But faculty are corrupt. The school is exorbitantly expensive, but they have their own loaning system, so you can attend. And why wouldn't you go to the greatest magical academy in all of Gauntlgrim?
Exactly.
Your parents would sell for nothing less.
Especially since it's not like there's any other academies around.
Right. So you go, and we're going to leave you off here at like top of the class, straight A. You are the Dresden of your day.
I don't want to be the Dresden of my day.
Nobody wants to be the Dresden of their day. You are the master. You are like you're doing other kids' homework because you're bored, right?
Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, you can only cast prestidigitation so many times in a day without finding something
Prestidigitation.
Right. Carpe diem.
Yes.
Who are you?
I am Gloss Whistle Vajordum.
Okay.
Vajordum?
Vajordum.
Like
all right. Vajordum.
V-A-J-O.
A-R-T-U-M. V-A-J-A-R-T-U-M.
Can I call you Badge for short?
I'll gloss your whistle.
Holy shit, Matt just made a sex joke!
He's learning. You need to be careful here. No. That was
holy shit!
Vajardum.
Oh my god.
That's Vajordum. You're pronouncing it wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Vag.
All right, Vag. So you are but a wee Vag in your youth, and
sure.
And how many siblings?
I was always small
again?
growing up.
How many siblings do you have again?
I'm sorry?
How many siblings do you have again?
Oh,
1d12 siblings. Roll it.
12, 13, 14, I don't know.
I
mean, I lost track of them after a while.
Oh, okay, a lot. All right.
Like, it just kept coming.
And so,
waves.
You had very athletic parents.
Well, yeah, for the first 15 years.
Or so you say.
No, very athletic.
Baby rocket launcher.
And then they died.
So you have this wonderful, massively extended, nigh infinite number of midget family members running around.
Well, I mean, yeah, somewhere. I kind of lost track of them after my parents died.
Yeah. Okay. So what
I was like 6.
What was it
in human terms?
And human terms. Because what was it that made you decide? Were you an urchin? Were you like homeless? What was your thing? Like.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I
stayed
homeless.
with some of my family.
He was so homeless.
Yeah. See, they left me this scarab thing. Well, when I say left me, I mean I found it on their corpses. But
When I say that I found it on their corpses, what I really mean is
When I say that I found it on their corpses, I mean after digging through the rubble of my parents' and family's house, and finding blood-splattered squishes where my parents used to be, I found a dead scarab.
Did you ever find out what happened to them?
No.
No. Okay. You know what we think happened to them?
I mean, physically, I know what happened to them. I think.
What do you think happened?
Well, I think they were crushed by the rubble of our house.
Right. No, that seems to be a fair. You know what talk of the town was? Talk of the town was them dirty drow.
Yeah. I probably heard that.
You probably heard that. I don't know if you buy it or not, but
well, I mean, you hear a lot when you're on the streets.
On the streets, the mean streets at the age of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
No?
When you get raised down the streets. Yeah.
For those of you who can't see, the head bob that Carpet DM just added there was incredible.
Yeah. We all added the head. Like, some of us added the head bob.
The streets, son.
Yeah,
like splatter painting with your hair. Like,
I mean, I pretty much just wander around helping kids out. Because, not having parents sucks.
Okay.
A lot.
So we're gonna loop around. We're gonna loop around to somebody who has parents. Feel guilty right now. Feel it. Feel so much guilt right now. So we're gonna flip the camera over back to Katana. All right.
No, that's good. Parents are great.
Parents are great.
Parents are nice.
Look at him, he's about to cry.
Parents are nice.
So your parents specifically grounded the ever-living shit out of your brother. You're pretty certain that, like, by the time he is old and gray, he might no longer be grounded.
He might no longer be. Yeah, he is super, super in trouble.
As are the kids that he was hanging out with.
Good.
Your
why you don't go spelunking down
clan, the Axe Spinner clan is not unfair. They are a fair people. Most of the time. As fair as a people can be while still being axe spinners, really. I mean, some things are just not up for debate. You will spin axes.
I will spin axes.
You will spin axes.
That is what it is.
We will be fair, but you will spin axes.
Yes.
So we're gonna move into more like you're just starting to get, your life is just starting to kick off. You've started, the axe spinning whole thing has started to happen, and like. Your brother has finally moved on from, like, cleaning everybody's bathrooms to finally, like, being able to leave the house.
Maybe they trust him with an axe now. Maybe.
Maybe, right?
For chopping wood.
Right. It's a big day for your little brother while he's chopping wood, right? And you're out at this bar, right? And this is the moment. This is the moment that makes you who you are, right? So you're sitting at the bar and you're drinking, and this noble guy shows up, and he's got opinions. He's a noble. Opinions is that's his profession. Professionally opinionated. Welcome to being a politician. And you've had a bit to drink, and he's had a bit to drink, and he has a bit of an opinion, and you have a bit of a problem with it, and you break a stool over his head. He throws you over the bar. It gets out of hand. It gets it out. Then what happens?
Oopsie daisies! I accidentally kill the nobleman.
She axes his dental.
Ooh yeah, axe like with axes. Accidentally kill him.
You've been drinking a little.
I got
too
a little
much
too angry. I got a little too into it, and all of a sudden,
she dents his dental with a
and now
he's in an alley.
And you
can't
done
hear
murdered.
Squeegee.
You done murdered him, Katana. You done murdered a man.
I done murdered a man. In cold. I done murdered a man in cold blood.
Mama.
But I didn't mean to.
I killed a dwarf.
Didn't mean to make me cry. Yes.
And just like that, your life is different. Your life is so different.
I'm a real heavy drinker.
You thought you had a drinking issue before. Now you're not allowed to spin axes.
Nope.
You're done. You're out. Fuck you. If that had been any other dwarf, you might have squeezed by. But this guy was in the spotlight. Everything that happens to this guy is the talk of every town, everywhere.
I done fucked up. He was a dickhead anyway, but I done fucked up.
He was a dickhead, and the world is probably better off without him. But legit, like,
Yeah.
You just
I did.
can't
I
escape
shouldn't
it.
have done. I should not have done that. I should
should
not have done that. I
yeah.
should have just walked away, and I didn't. And then all of a sudden, spinning axes are out, and he's dead.
You shouldn't have done that, George. You shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
I should
So
not
you
have
are.
said that.
So
I've
we're gonna
said
leave,
that.
we're gonna leave you here, right?
Mhm.
Dejected,
Drunk in an alley.
rejected, drunk in an alley somewhere.
I still got my axes. For the
we're gonna
record,
come
I want
to-
to make a key point.
we're gonna come
Kept
to-
my axes. Do not use them right now. I'm
Yep.
just brawler.
Okay. And we're gonna flip the camera over here to Dan, or Dr. Deinstein, as he is hoping to be.
Dan Deinstein.
Yeah, Dan Deinstein. That's his name.
Yeah.
Which is infinitely better than the name he suggested at first.
It's just spelled like D&D Einstein. For some reason, it's even got an ampersand in there.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
because he's got wizardry.
Matt
in
insists
his-
that it does, but that's okay, Matt.
It's because he's got wizardry in his education. It made him realize
No.
that was the correct spelling.
You're
Going back to the etymology of his name.
no.
Well, I couldn't be Dargatarshire, so fuck you.
Dan, top of the class, sleeping through your classes, doing other people's classes because you're bored. Like
I thought
seriously.
you were about to say sleeping with my class.
If this college campus was a hospital, right? You would be House MD. Like that is the
Okay.
level of supreme intellect and education and gut that you have for this. You are born for wizardry, motherfucker. You were
That's
a level
true.
1
I
wizard
was.
before anybody else got their first test returned. Like
I'm more magically born for magic than sorcerers.
you just can't help that you've got such a knack, right? It's just you immediately like you're fascinated by it, and you've spent every waking moment thinking about magic since you got here. You are so passionate about this. And then the bill comes in. That is a
I forgot
lot of
about
money.
Bill.
That is a fuckload of money. Like you have done graduated in 2 years, and then the bill comes.
I should be getting scholarship rewards.
Right, you should, but you're not.
For my
When you
heroics.
start asking about scholarships, they don't have any.
Naturally.
It turns out that the school's faculty are corrupt as shit, and it's a loan shark wearing a mask. That's why they're so expensive. It's not because they're so elite, so pristine. It's because they want to force people using their reputation for being elite and pristine in Ivory Tower.
Are
and
you
all that
saying
shit.
that in retrospect my education was maybe not so great as I thought it was?
Probably. Pam has a reputation for being like, the Harvard, the Yale, the University of Wales, but in reality it's more like a community college. It's not that it doesn't deserve any respect. It's that it gets way more than it deserves, and they use that reputation.
I'm still the best they've ever seen.
Yeah, it's still the best they've
There's
ever
that
seen.
going for me, yeah.
Yeah, right. But then now the bill's here, and they'll give you a loan. They'll give you a loan.
Yeah.
They've got a loan program for this, and oh man, you see how this is. This is bullshit. But what are you gonna do? You don't pay the loan. You can't let that happen. Like you can't get your family wrapped up in it. Your gnomish mom and your gnomish dad, like this would be too much. You don't want to drag them into this. Sure, they might be able to help, but like seriously, are you gonna turn around and be like, "Hey, mom, pa, can you just pay for all this shit?" Like, can't. Especially not now that you know these people. Like, you don't want to get your folks involved in it. Like, these are nasty motherfuckers. These loan sharks that they got working here. So fuck it, you'll take the money, right?
Yep.
You'll take the money, save your family the distress and the embarrassment. Everything's kept quiet. You're good for a few years. Gloss whistle.
Yeah.
Badge, buddy. Badge.
Yep.
You are in the alleys and the streets. The mean streets of whatever village you're from. Villageton. Where are you from? It's Forgotten Realms. Do you have a space?
I don't know. It's a small town. You probably never heard of it.
Okay.
We were probably nearby Neverwinter because that's probably where a lot of my family ended up.
Right.
But
Okay, so you're over in the Neverwinter area, which my brain has no idea what that is, but recognizes the name of the location. So thumbs up. Good job.
yeah,
All right. So you are you're walking the mean streets of little towns outside suburbia, where you say you're from Neverwinter. Because if you're not from Neverwinter, like nobody knows what the little
Yeah.
towns are all around Neverwinter, right? Like you're in some suburban little fucking side
I don't
town.
really say I'm from anywhere because
You're from the greater Neverwinter area, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
One of the 5 boroughs of Neverwinter.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
One of the 5 boroughs.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So you're walking them mean streets, doing your like the equivalent of like a human 14, 15, right? You've been at these streets for a while. Like you own these streets, motherfucker. You know how to tell a fancy goddamn tale because it's the only way you've kept yourself out of trouble is by running your fucking mouth until people leave you alone.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Like.
Or making fun of them.
Yeah. You know.
That usually gets them to go away pretty quick.
It's true. Like
When they don't beat your face in.
well, you know, there's a fine art to infuriating somebody so hard they miss.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
It guarantees the swing.
Like with your jokes.
So what?
I said like with your jokes. I was talking to Matt.
Oh yeah, like with your jokes.
'Cause
Yeah, okay.
If I make fun of your jokes enough, then they miss.
It's true. So there you are one day, and there's a bit of a to-do on the road. It's a kind of to-do you stay away from, right?
Yeah.
There's some shoot, some shouting, some hooting, some hollering. What do you do?
Yeah. Are there any kids involved though?
No.
Oh. Yeah. Then I might probably stay a little further away.
Okay, so while you're staying away from this to-do, right? You can't help but see it, but notice it, right?
Oh yeah.
Very fascinating, if you will.
Yeah.
And
Probably an older bard.
yeah, you can't really take. And while you're being distracted by this shouting racist beat 'em up that's going on in the streets, suddenly there's a bag over your head. You get knocked out. Boom. +1 for the acting. Thumbs up. Scrub Dub LC Sand, thank you for the follow.
I used to be the best snorer.
True, you used to.
Oh, did I just beat you out?
Yep.
Maybe.
That's pretty impressive. So
You give up too easily.
So about how
I
old,
know.
about how old in human
No, I
terms,
just
like
wanted
about
to
how old are
acknowledge
you
his
going to be when,
skill. I'll
when the
get it
game
back.
actually starts? Is 15, 14 too young?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm probably about 25, 26.
All right. So you get knocked
I'm
out.
early middle age.
All right. So you get knocked out, and you're rescued. You were going to be dragged into an orcish slave trade caravan.
Oh
You
man,
narrowly avoided
that
that
smelled
fate.
bad.
You were rescued by what is the term for a deep gnome?
Oh, Sverfdeblin.
A Snurfeldlin.
Snurfle.
The god of travel.
Snarf.
I'm a monster.
I was gonna say it's easy, but it's not.
So you're rescued. Specifically, this guy. You get jostled around. You hear orcish being, and then you feel your hands are tied together, and there's this little snick, and shh, don't move, don't move. And then suddenly the ropes are cut. He says, "Shout, run, scream. Ready? 1, 3."
I can't run in my chair. Sorry.
That's true. You can do this.
You can do this.
Everybody is now.
Yeah, I
painted on their
believe it,
ring.
man. Look at you go.
I believe in you. This is so immersive. So
I fell.
immersive.
You fell a little bit.
And you break run, and you gotta leave. You have to run from the greater Neverwinter area.
Shit.
For a second, I
You
thought
might
it-
never be
motherfucker
able to
run.
go back because those orcs be looking for you. Do you go back anyways?
Hachi, hachu, hacha.
Well, that's where the family is.
Ooh, that's a rough call, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it! Damn it!
That's where the family is. I gotta go.
You gotta go back. So that's how you're gonna spend the next 10-ish years.
Yeah.
Right. Is you've avoided capture once, and now you're very, very cautious about that again. Right?
Oh, yeah.
You've learned your lesson. Like these fucking slave trafficking groups are fucking nasty. Like,
Yeah, I'm probably also trying to find my, brothers and sisters and shit, and figuring out if they know anything about what happened, back then.
Most of them don't, Although over your years of investigation, you find that there was a bit of a plague. There was an operation that was going on, part of some organized crime unit that had heavy-duty drow ties, profiting by capturing people from the surface and selling surface dwellers to the drow as slaves. There's a specific house that's mentioned. I don't remember what it's called, but you'll know it when you hear it again.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not good with names, Grant.
Neither am I.
Write them down. You got a character sheet.
Only write names with pencil. My character sheet is digital. You see the
Character
problem?
sheet. I love my character
I use
sheets.
this website for my character sheets. It's kind of obscure. I don't think you've ever heard. It's called Google Documents.
And I make everyone. And I hold on to everyone's, and I make them pay $200 every time they want to play.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started. Don't even. I actually had a player at one of my real life tables hold my character sheets hostage until we paid him $200. We didn't actually pay him the $200, but he wanted $200 for character sheets.
I would have given him $200 in Monopoly money.
I think somebody did.
Here you
I think he
go.
punched them. He was not happy at all. Where the fuck is? Okay, I know what the name is. The name of the house. Da 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 da. Da da da.
I'm gonna roll a thing. I'm gonna roll my battle axe. Oh yeah.
Okay, it's not immediately jumping on me. I don't know why they wouldn't.
It's all right. I was actually more trying to make a joke that I say that
you
I'm not
didn't
good
remember
with
because
names.
I didn't tell you. Yeah.
That I'm good with names. I'm a bard, and I'm deceptive, and I'm
Right.
subtle.
Okay.
But
You missed.
yep,
Too subtle.
Way to go,
too
Matt.
subtle.
Make it more obvious.
Yep.
So,
I hit it with my
anyways,
axe.
back on track. You're gonna spend a lot of your life like kind of digging around and learning about this shit because it looks like some of your family got caught by
Yeah,
this,
that kind of makes sense.
right? And are you gonna abandon your family?
No.
And no, you start digging. You hit the mean streets of the greater Neverwinter area.
Yeah.
He puts on a trench coat and a fedora,
Yeah.
turns the collar up.
Start smoking cigarettes for no reason. Oh my god.
Saxophone's playing in the background while you pose yourself underneath a street. And
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
we're gonna flip back around to Katana. Katana.
I'm really drunk, and I'm really lying in the back gutter right now.
There is an orc just across the way, looking at you. Not like aggressively, right? Just looking at you like.
I ain't never seen a dwarf not trying to kill me before.
Hey, you look like a guy. I know
You
him.
That's
like
bad.
beer. Yeah.
What?
You like beer?
Yeah.
I bet I drink more beer than you.
No. I'm gonna stumble over.
Hey boys, I got one. Yeah, I drink more beer than you. Come on, prove it. Prove it.
So, do you have beer with you right now?
Yeah, I got beer.
Okay.
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't care how creepy it is. I need some drinks.
Right. So he
I got
raids
kicked
you
out of
over.
the bar. The bartender won't let me back in. I want more beer, please.
This is a
you
different
don't
bar.
accept candy
You've
from
never been to
strangers.
this bar. As a matter of fact, you're just drunk enough to not realize that it's not actually a bar. It's like a
Yeah.
stupid place. Like they've got people standing behind a table with like a keg, and it's like a sad like pretend bar, but you don't realize that, right?
I just woohoo bar.
All right. And so the drow behind the counter, and drinking, right? You're already trashed. This is not
I'm
a
already
half orc.
super
This
trashed.
is
I
an
don't even know how
orc.
I got here.
Right? You are so drunk to begin with, halfway through the drinking contest, you don't remember what happened. Maybe you
Yeah.
passed out.
Maybe I just got blackout drunk and don't remember the rest of the night.
The next thing that you know
Maybe she hacked
consciously,
somebody's dental.
is the sensation of a solid thump on your back as a strong hand is like shoving you into the slave pens.
No.
You hit the ground, the gate closes behind you, and you pass out again.
I'm gonna yell mother's teats before I pass out.
Dan!
Just random words.
Dan, it's been a few years. It's been a few years. Where's my money, Dan? I paid for your education. You could have put that education to use.
I've been trying. Look. Like a little flash of light.
So you're sitting across the table at a bar, in a tavern from this drow. He runs the money laundering operation that you borrowed money from. You can't really go for an official help with this one because the money that you borrowed was illegal to begin with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You having been the source that they used to inject that money into the economy is bad for Gauntlebrim. You can't even, like, you're pretty much, he's got you by the balls and he knows it.
Short hairs, actually, but yes.
No, he's got you by the balls. Not the hairs on the balls, the actual balls. That's how solid, that's how fucked you really are.
Okay, that's worse than by the short and curly.
Yes.
Got it, okay.
All right.
Now, as long as he uses his other hand, it should be fine, but...
So he's sitting across the
Yeah,
table,
be firm but
looking at you,
gentle.
horribly he is horribly unimpressed that you don't have his money.
Well, I'm working on it. I'll get there.
How much more time I need to give you, Dan? Come on.
Another year?
This is a loaning service, not a goddamn charity. I ain't got another year. That money belongs to somebody else. You see how this works? I'll tell you what. I'll cut the middleman out, because I don't want to be on their fucking bad side.
Okay.
If you can talk to them and you think you can convince her to give you another year, you got it. That's out of my hands.
I can probably do that.
But I want nothing to do with this if this money doesn't happen on this table right the fuck now. You understand?
No, I don't have any money to put on the table right the fuck now, so yes.
He stands up and walks away, and as if she'd been waiting the whole time, a drow sits down.
I can't tell they look alike.
Hi, Dan.
Hello?
You don't have my money?
No.
That's okay. I am more forgiving than I've been painted to be.
Oh, that's great.
However, while I don't need the money strictly, I can survive without it. That money had value. That value is very important to me. Very important to the people that I feed, the family that I take care of.
Oh, I totally agree. That's why I intend to pay you back 100%. Well, 100% plus the interest that you exorbitantly tacked on.
But we need one of two things, Dan. I need money or service. You walked into a restaurant and ordered something you couldn't pay for. So it's time that you do the deal.
You looked at this glass of water. They're charging for this?
We are.
Damn it!
This is Dan. I don't know how else to put this, but you're gonna have to work off the loan. It's been 2 years. That's 2 years more
That's
than
what
we
I was
did
doing anyways. You know, get a job, make payments.
You're gonna have to work this off in a way that's beneficial to me. You won't have to pay me back because you'll be giving me labor that was equivalent to the price you would have paid.
So you're giving me a job?
Yes.
Great. Okay. When do I start?
Right now. Come with me.
Okay.
She stands up. She walks into the kitchen.
He stands up and walks into the kitchen.
You get
Like,
clubbed
it's
up
cleaning
backside
dishes.
the head.
This will be a snap. I've got a cantrip for that.
Right. Like, oh, I can just put my talents to use. Clubbed to the back of the head. You fall unconscious.
Ah!
The next thing you know, you're being shoved into a slave pens. The rattling of the cold iron gate behind you. You hear the dripping of water on stone. You don't have any of your possessions. You're lucky to be wearing a loincloth right now.
You want me to clean the basement?
Let's flip the camera over to Gloss Whistle Vag.
Vag.
Oh, yeah.
His name is Vajardum. To be fair.
Bajortum, you're
Bajortum.
pronouncing it wrong.
You put an A there.
Your
Yes.
name is Vagina.
And
Shut up.
Spelled with an A and pronounced with an
It's just
O.
what it is.
I am going to start using that as my like default Facebook retort in arguments. Your name is
Just-
Vagina. Shut up.
I love it.
All right. So Gloss Whistle. You've had a hot lead. This is the hottest lead you have ever hot leaded. About one of your missing family members. Not all of them, but one. And this is the best lead you've had in so long. Leads cropped up over the years so much, but they vanish into thin air. They know you're onto them.
Almost like they have an invisibility spell.
Exactly. Not this one though, because this one, he was dead and he couldn't turn invisible.
Yes!
And you found his orders on a note on his body. You know where he's supposed to be meeting people with the next batch of kids. Somebody else's family is supposed to be delivered to these drow.
Right.
You can't let that happen.
Fuck no.
What do?
Well, I take the note, and I go find the police.
You head it to the proper
Help,
door.
police.
So
Yeah.
you go to the watch. You go to the authorities.
The town watch, and I'm like, look, okay, I've been hunting these fuckers for about 60 years now. They're going to be here. They're going to have probably the kids from this town in them, and some of the other towns in the area. And we need to go get them. Because I can't do this on my own.
And the chief,
I've learned that many, 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 many times over, but I'm sure that you guys will help.
And so the chief kind of leans back in his chair. He's listening. He's very attentive. You seem really dedicated to catching these guys. What's the deal?
Well, I'm dedicated to finding my friends and my family.
Oh, so these guys have hit you, and now you want vengeance.
Well, no,
Justice,
no,
you
they
wanna save your
haven't
family
taken
more.
me. They've
Right,
taken
but-
people I know.
So these guys have hit you where it hurts, and you want to hit them where it.
Well, no, I want them to stop slaving,
So these
And
guys
be in prison.
are
like slavers should be.
right. No, it's totally illegal. Slavery, illegal.
Yes.
I mean, like illegal as fuck. Don't worry.
Yeah,
All right.
less illegal than fucking, but yeah.
All right.
Wait, less illegal?
Okay, Mr.
As
what'd you
if
say his
fucking
name?
is
Certain
more
times.
illegal?
What'd you say your name was again?
Gloss whistle.
Mr. Glosswhistle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you to file an official statement, the paperwork. I'll start rounding up a team to go in and hit these bastards and get them what they deserve. All right.
Yeah.
You have done a service, a great service to the greater Neverwinter area. And
Yeah, I can't help but think that maybe I could get more help from someone else. You sound like an asshole.
I'm not going out. Don't worry about it. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
you're done talking to me. I'm gonna hand you off to my buddy. He does the statement taking thing. I'm gonna put some calls in, get some people rounded up, and we're gonna hit these bastards. All right?
Yeah. Okay.
You done good work. All right? And
Yeah.
he shakes your hand, right?
Yeah.
And he stands up. And then the guy standing next to him, his buddy that takes the statements, stands up, and he is really tall, and not just because you're a gnome.
Fuck balls.
And you will fall unconscious. And when you wake up, the last thing, like, you wake up because you are being thrown into the slave pens.
Whoa! Ow. Damn it.
Rattle,
Not
rattle,
again.
rattle. This is not too long, Dan,
Ah.
after you had just been tossed in. There was a really drunk dwarf.
Well, this isn't the worst place I've been.
Mother's teats.
And then it'll dawn.
That wasn't worse. But
It'll dawn on you there, Glosswhistle, that you were not the only ones there. There is the drunk dwarf, and there is the guy wearing a leather jacket robe. Right? The only thing that let him have was that leather jacket robe, as if
God,
so
another dick.
he knew what he was in here for, right? Like, You, right? But they've taken your stuff. You don't have any of your possessions. You don't even have your scarab. Nothing. All right.
Well, this could be worse.
And that is where we're going to cut off the first scene.